So how do you stay fit when all you have is a phone, a mat, a small path, and a big paddy field? You do it Laila's way.
Being surrounded by beautiful paddy fields right here in Jatilui, it is not only breathtaking to look at, but it literally lifts your spirits up. Let's achieve holistically together the fitness of mind, body, and spirit.
So I'm ready to start my exercise. So we've got 4 exercises, and the phone, I'm going to set it up for 15 seconds, and I'll go through the exercises with you. The first one we have is the wake-ups, okay? So I'm going to start, it's the first timer. All you have to do is lie down and stand up. That's it. Do it slow, take your time, and you guess what? It's a privilege to be in such a beautiful view, right? I am waiting for the 15 counts, and that's my break, and I take a quick jog for about 10 seconds, and then I come back. And you know, guys, take your time doing this, and then I'll just stop the timer and I start again. The second one, we have the field frog, because we are in the field and there are a lot of frogs, right? So just jump up, down. That's it. Don't lock your knees, take your time. I want to enjoy all these exercises in this beautiful field. And that's my timer. I'm gonna run again. For 10 seconds, that's all. Take a quick jog, bring your heart rate down a little bit, okay? We stop this annoying sound. The next exercise, let it go through. Let me show you first. The next one, cut the paddy grass, because we are in the paddy field. So let's calm down a bit. Let's start. So keep, it's not starting. Yes, it is. So all you have to do is scissors. Keep your back flat. You can put your hands on the side if you're strong, otherwise underneath your butt. Okay? Don't forget to breathe. That's my rescue time. So I'm gonna run. It's not easy, but nothing is easy. You gotta work for it. So stop the timer. And the last exercise, it's paddy plank pickup. What does that mean? So you go into a plank, right? You pick up the grass, you throw it. Turn around, pull the grass and throw it. Next side. Take your time. Keep your abs tight. Look towards the sun and the sky. I'm gonna do one more just to even it up. And that's it, guys. That's your 4 exercises in the beautiful, beautiful paddy field. Now, I got more for you. Let's talk about the 2 myths. The first one is carbohydrates. We've been told so many times carbohydrates are bad for you. Fruits are carbohydrates. Vegetables are carbohydrates. They're not bad for you. Do you know what's bad for you? Excessive calories. Those are bad for you. So you need to watch your calories if you want to lose weight. What is the difference between stretching and warming up? Stretching, you do it at the end of your exercise. Warming up, you do it when you are going to start your exercise. It's for circulation. So you want to do your stretching at the end and hold it for 1 minute. So that's the tip for today, and that's Laila's way.
There are plenty of variety when it comes to Indonesian cuisines. No one can deny the fact that they are absolutely delicious. I am back here in Jakarta to collaborate with Four Seasons Hotel Jakarta in creating wholesome bento boxes. Superfoods, super light, super delicious.
I'm here with the most incredible chef, Chef Asap. Please say hello.
Hi.
So we are working together to cook up a storm. So why don't you tell the audience what we have come up with?
All right. This is one of the bento box what we have it. We're talking about the healthy bento box right now. So let's say we have it 10 bento box. This is the one of the special bento box. This is which is what I will show it to you. We have it over here for the appetizer. It will be avocado and sorghum salad. And then there's we can show it over here. We have it avocado, sorghum, and some mixed lettuce. Over there, there's some walnuts as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So walnuts. So all this is the first thing that we're going to do.
Yes,
Am I correct?
absolutely.
Okay. So why don't you, with the magic fingers, go ahead and do it?
Absolutely, for sure. Let me check it. First, we have it to just edit the sorghum over here.
So sorghum is good because it's high in fiber.
Yes.
Right? And then it's
Absolutely.
popular here also in Indonesia. It originates in
It's from Australia.
Australia, right?
Exactly.
So do you think that, can you just tell the audience a little bit, why did you choose this instead of quinoa?
Instead of quinoa, actually, theirs will be different between quinoa and sorghum. But why I choose sorghum? Because sorghum is contain fiber as well, and then contain iron as well. And then the most important, there is content of the vitamin D over here.
Vitamin
So it will be nice and will be healthy.
Yeah, so it's important to have a little bit of salt for taste, not too much.
Yes, absolutely.
And pepper. So what we want to give you is a choice of healthy foods, right?
Yes.
Because what we encounter most of the time in fitness, everybody complains about not being able to eat healthy.
yes,
So with this, that we work together, then it makes it easy for people so they don't have to crack their head and say, oh, you know, after I work out now, what do I do?
Yeah.
What do I eat? So they can grab one of the 10 bento sets here at the Four Seasons.
Exactly, this is the easy one, so the people as well don't have to wait it, and then for sure it's healthy. So everybody will choose it.
Yeah, I'm all have this beautiful bento set here. The best news is there are 10 other bento sets, right, Chef?
Yes.
I get to taste what we made
Yes.
and give the approval.
Absolutely.
Do you think that it's going to be good or bad?
100% will be good.
Okay, let's try.
Let's go. Let me grab it for you, the spoon, and
Okay.
then I just put it over here, so you can test it every meal with the different spoon.
Yes. See, that's class, guys. You try it with different spoons.
Absolutely.
Wow, it's very milky. I like it. So it's important to eat balanced food. We keep talking about balanced food, balanced life. And the best part of this bento set is that it's so easy. You can pick up the phone and order,
Yes.
and it's easily made and it goes down easy to your throat. I know. I love it. It's crunchy, and with the avocado and the nut,
Yes.
it's got a lot of texture. So that's the carbs, and now the protein. So remember, there are 10 types of bento sets.
Yes.
So for this one is just chicken, protein. You don't like chicken, there's beef, there's fish. You have a lot of options, so you have no excuse.
Try the garlic.
You guys, you really need to try this, and I'm not joking. The garlic is amazing. So we try the protein now, some fibers, the colorful fibers. So do I use,
Use spoon or
yeah.
You
No,
can grab
just
it by-
finger?
Yeah.
Oh, so kind, so kind. Let me try this honeydew. The beautiful part that I think is we got different tastes, and it's so beautiful that it melts in your mouth. We made it easy. You have no excuse. 10 bento sets.
All set.
All set? So, try it out.
Sure.
Thanks, Chef.
You're welcome.
See you guys. If you could change one part of your body, or two, or three, what if that change could help you feel empowered and more confident internally? Today, I speak with a Singapore specialist that can help. Hi everyone, I am so lucky to have Dr. Martin Huang here with me. Dr. Huang, thank you so much for being with me.
Hi Laila, good to see you again.
So Dr. Huang, I can consider you as an expert.
Yes, I'm an expert in plastic surgery, that's for sure.
Fantastic. So I would like to also find out, where did you get your plastic surgery training?
Well, I did my residency in Singapore, and after I finished that, I went to the US and spent a couple of years there doing some advanced subspecialty training. Those are known as fellowships.
Wow.
And then after that, I came back to Singapore.
Okay, so what are the most common procedures that you perform?
The common procedures that we perform, that we have been performing for quite some time now, are eyelid surgery, and that would include the upper eyelids and the lower eyelids. These are very common procedures in Asia, especially amongst Oriental patients. Double eyelid surgery to create double eyelids, because many Oriental patients don't have a double eyelid crease. We also correct droopy upper eyelids. These are eyes that don't open so well, so the eyes look small.
Okay.
And then we also do a lot of eye bag surgery to deal with aging lower eyelids. Other common operations I do on the face include rhinoplasty. And then on the body, the commonest procedure we do is breast augmentation.
Right.
Yeah, as everyone knows, many Asian women are born with small breasts. So there's a great demand for breast enhancement and breast enlargement. So breast augmentation is one of the common and important procedures in my practice.
So we know that everything starts, always changing, right? So what is the latest development in plastic surgery?
Well, one of the most important recent developments and advances in plastic surgery is the advent of the 6th generation of breast implant, and it's the Motiva Ergonomics implant. So Motiva is the brand, Ergonomics is the model. What makes this new breast implant so important is that it has improved upon the characteristics of the previous generation of breast implants in a very big way. So the Motiva breast implant is a lot softer, it moves more naturally, and most importantly, it's also safer because it has an extremely low risk of capsular contracture. So capsular contracture is the main complication of breast implant surgery that we always need to tell patients about. So when we put an implant in the body forms a thin layer of scar tissue around the implant, and that's called a capsule. So it's a capsule of scar tissue. Now, if this capsule remains thin and soft, then there's no problem. But if it thickens and it contracts, then it will squeeze the implant, and then the breast will start to feel too firm, and the shape can even become a bit too round because the implant is being squeezed. And one of the good things about the Motiva Ergonomics implant is that it has an extremely low risk of capsular contracture, well below 1%, which is much lower than the capsular contracture risk of the previous generation of breast implants.
Wow, that's so advanced now. Right?
Yes, so that's a major reason why we prefer this implant now.
Okay. So for example, if you do breast implants, and what are the risks, and what if something happens, what can you do?
Capsular contracture really is the main risk of breast implant surgery. Other than that, general surgical risks like blood loss, the risk of infection, those are all very low risk.
Okay.
So overall, it's a very safe operation, which partly explains why it's so common and popular. And now, with the availability of the Motiva Ergonomics implant, we've made it even safer because we have been able to reduce the capsular contracture risk to below 1%. And that's very important because if a patient develops capsular contracture, usually the only way to fix it is to have another operation. So if we can keep that risk really low, we are also reducing the re-operation rate, which of course ultimately is for the patient's benefit, because any patient would appreciate knowing that the operation that they're going to go through, the chance of needing another operation to fix a complication is extremely low.
What to expect pain-wise?
Okay, well, how much pain a patient feels after surgery, say breast augmentation for example, depends very much on the technique that is used. There are different surgical techniques in use. The one that I use involves direct visualization, and everything is done very cleanly and under direct vision. So there's no tearing of tissues, for example, especially tearing of muscle. Some breast augmentation techniques are done blindly. That means the surgeon isn't seeing what he's doing, he's feeling it. And when you do that, it's not as precise. And so sometimes tissues get torn, especially if the muscle gets torn, then it can be painful. So in my experience, because of the direct visualization technique that I use, the pain that my patients feel is usually mild and well controlled with oral painkillers, which means that overall the recovery is relatively smooth and easy and relatively pain-free.
What about follow-up? Is it important?
For me, it is extremely important because when we first put in the breast implant, its position, its initial position is not going to be ideal because of swelling and tightness of the tissues. Implants tend to end up too high initially. So it's very important to manage this during the patient's recovery. And we have ways of doing this, and to see the patients often enough so that we can monitor the position of the implant from being a little bit too high to being ideal, but at the same time not allowing it to go too low.
Correct.
Yeah, so I feel that part is really important. So I will usually see patients once or twice a week for the first month or so, so that I can really try and optimize the position of the implant, because that plays a key role in producing the best possible result.
Okay.
Now, for patients, I did mention that we have quite a lot of overseas patients, right? So how do we manage that if they can't stay in Singapore for long enough? For example, many of our Indonesian patients, they're able to stay for about 1 week. So during that 1 week, of course, we can monitor the implant position very closely, but after a week, they need to go back. We will stay in touch with them, and we ask them to send pictures so that we can still monitor the position of the implant and instruct them on what they should be doing themselves, to optimize the result.
So how to maintain benefits of surgery? What do one watch for?
For some procedures, like say breast augmentation, once you're fully recovered and everything is stable, it is pretty maintenance-free in the sense that the patient can engage in any kind of physical activity she wants, and no maintenance treatments are required. The only thing we really need to do is to monitor for capsular contracture.
Okay.
And as I mentioned earlier, if we're using the best implant that's currently on the market, then that risk is well below 1%.
What is that?
That is the Divina Imaging System, which is part of the Motiva Imagine Center that we are sitting in. So this is a specially set up part of my clinic that caters specifically to breast augmentation. And the purpose of this center is to optimize the patient's breast augmentation journey. Throughout this room are all the paraphernalia associated with breast augmentation using the Motiva Ergonomics implant. So we have samples of the implant, which the patient can actually hold in their hands and look at with their own eyes and feel with their own hands. And the Divina Imaging System is actually a sophisticated 3D imaging system that captures images of the patient's breast, calculates their breast volume, which then allows us to correct discrepancies in breast volume if they are present. And it also allows us to perform virtual surgery on the patient, meaning the software can generate images of the breast after the surgery based on a certain selection of breast implants. So this allows the patient to visualize in 3 dimensions what their result would be like with this set of implants or this pair of implants versus another pair of implants. And it helps to validate their choice of implant, which would have been done earlier during the consultation jointly by myself and the patient using a different process called sizing.
So on that note, Dr. Wang, thank you so much. I learned so much, and I'm sure the audience agree with me. We learned so much too, right? So I'll see you soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. It was
Thank
nice
you.
chatting with you.